Ciao Tesla people. Today I wanted to do a different video, and I wanted to show what the controls and all the other features that you can change on the display for your Model Y or 3 or other models for Tesla. So the first thing that you need to do here, let me put you in let me here put it in. Okay, so basically this is the control panel, and here you can control the lights. So you can turn off the lights. You have the position lights, the low beam. You can put it auto, so they turn on or off automatically, and then you have the high beam. Then you can fold the mirrors on the left and the right side. You have a child lock. You can turn it on and off. You can lock the windows, and you can open the glove box. Here, if I push the glove box, I have a pin. So if you don't have the pin, you cannot open the glove box. Also, I have the wipers, and then there are 4 different speeds, and you can put an auto. So it auto detects if it rains, or if you use the washer fluid spray. Then you can change the mirror's position. So if you push this, it opens this window, and you can basically with the joystick on the steering wheel, you can set the position of the left and right mirrors, and then you can set this has a mirror auto tilt, mirror auto fold, and mirror auto dim. Okay, left and right. Also, you can change the steering. So the steering wheel, the position, you can pull it up, down, or towards you, or more towards the dash. And you use the left joystick to do all those positions. Of course, all these settings, you can save it to your profile. So when you change something, you can save it to your profile. And if you have different profiles, each one has its own settings. Also, you can change the display light. So I usually set it to auto. Okay, let me put it a bit higher. Also, you can start the recording. Basically, the car records all the time, and you can set sentry mode. Sentry mode, basically, if the cameras detect something that is going on around the car, it takes a snapshot of a certain period of time. Usually, you can set it as 2, 3, or 5 minutes or something like that. These are the controls. Then pedal and steering settings. So you can have the acceleration in chill mode or sport mode. I live in sport mode. Then steering mode, so the steering wheel, how it feels, you can put it as a comfort, standard, or sport. And basically, it sets how the steering feels while you're driving. Also, you can customize the drivetrain in track mode. So you can do custom, and you can balance the handling more in front or more in the back. You can set the stability assist. So the stability assist automatically brakes and distributes torque to prevent skidding on speeding out. Higher values offer more assistance when you need it, and lower values allows more freedom. Okay, so you can set this stuff. This is the race preset. You can set the regenerative braking, and then post-dry cooling, and save dash cam for laps. So when you do a track race, you can save the the video. Okay. And then you can have drift presets. So again, you can set the balance of the handling of the drivetrain, the stability, and so on, and regenerative braking. Okay. Also, stopping mode. Stopping mode is basically maximize the range by extending regenerative braking to lower speeds and automatically blends in brakes to hold the vehicle at a stop. Basically, you set how regenerative braking works, and so you can have a one pedal drive. Basically, you use only the acceleration. You don't use the braking because the regenerative braking is really good. So I put on hold. Basically, when I arrive at stoplight, if you leave the acceleration and you need to get used to it, you basically stop at the red light, or if you have a car in front of you, you are in traffic, you can just use the acceleration pedal, and the regenerative braking takes care, when you leave it, takes care of braking. Basically, the car stops. And it's actually really good. I barely use the brake anymore. Also, you have an off-road assist. So if you are like in off-road, like you have a snow or mud and stuff, you can adjust the traction control to optimize the performance off-road. Some automatic safety features such as automatic emergency brake and lane departure avoidance feature are not available when off-road assist is enabled. So when you set this on, you don't have autopilot feature on. And then you have a slip start, so used to help a free vehicle stuck in snow, sand, or mud. So if you set this, it helps you to get off from a stuck situation, let's say. Then the charging. Right now I'm at 38%. You can set the amperage of charging. Usually if you go to a supercharger, it basically automatically puts you at the best charging speed based on your battery charge. So between around 10%, you basically have the maximum speed. Since you charge usually from between 10 and 80%, 85. I set my limit at 85% right now. You can also schedule departure at this location. So basically you can schedule here. You can schedule when you want to charge. So if you have a garage or a place where you charge for a certain period, you can set it to schedule the charging. Okay, which is really good. And then it tells you the last paid charging session. I have 86 cents of euro because I went to the supercharger and I still had 150 kilometers free from when I bought my car. So I charged basically for free and I paid only 86 cents. Okay. Autopilot. The autopilot you can set has a traffic aware cruise control or auto steer beta, and then you can set the full self-driving visualization preview. So basically on here on the left screen it will appear all the cars and motorbike, scooters, bicycle and pedestrians. Also you can see the traffic lights, stops, and all that kind of stuff. Then you can set a speed limit. So when you engage autopilot, the cruise speed will be set to the following: speed limit of the road adjusted by the offset specified on the current driving speed, whichever is greater, and the current driving speed. Basically, you can set at what speed you want to keep your autopilot. So, or the speed that you driving to. Let's say you're driving at 110 kilometers an hour. You set the current speed and it will keep at 110. And instead, if you set speed limit, it will set the speed of the autopilot to the speed limit of the road. And you can set an offset. It can be fixed or a percentage. So I set fixed plus 5 kilometers per hour. So if the speed limit is 130, maximum it will do 135. That should be okay. Then you have an automatic blind spot camera. So when you turn on the signal, left or right, here will pop up a window, show you the blind spot with the cameras on the sides, which is really cool. Also, you can set a speed limit warning. That means if you're going over the speed limit of the road, you will get a display warning, or you can set it as a chime, so it will turn on like a sound. And then you can set the speed limit to be relative or absolute, and you can set an offset. And I put 5 kilometers per hour. So if your speed limit is 50, the offset is 55. And then you can set the forward collision warning. You can turn it off. You can set it as late, medium, or early. And I put medium. And you have to get used to this. Usually in the city, medium is okay because you have lots of cars around. So you have a warning, but it's not too stressful, let's say. Also, you have a lane departure avoidance. So if you are on a lane, like for example on a highway, if you go left or right of the lane, it will warn you. Or you can set it will assist you. Basically, the car by itself, it will pull you back inside the lane, which is it sounds good. I need to test it to see how good it is. And then you have all these settings. I turn on basically everything. Emergency lane departure avoidance. Okay, the automatic emergency braking. The obstacle aware acceleration, which is basically an obstacle aware acceleration automatically limits the acceleration and may apply the brakes if any obstacle is detected in front of your vehicle while you're driving at low speed. So basically, if there is an obstacle, it will basically brake and avoid an acceleration and stuff like that. Traffic aware cruise control chime, and then green light chime. I already test this. When there is green light, you get a sounds that you can go, which is really cool. Locks, these are the keys, and child locks, window locks. You can walk away from the door and everything will lock. You can, for example, exclude your house. For example, if you have a garage, and then the driver door unlock. Basically, when I unlock the driver, when the driver key is detected, it will unlock the driver door and the charge port. Okay, and then the button on the left side here, where you have the handle, if you push it, hold it down, it will unlock all the other doors. So you set it unlock on door. Car left open notification. So if you leave your car, your doors open or your trunks in front, you get a notification. Here I put both for doors and windows. Actually, the trunk and front is not included, which is weird. Anyway, you get a notification here on the screen, but not let's say, no, door. Oh, you get a mobile notification sent to you if you leave the doors. Oh no, actually the trunk or any door is left open. Okay. Yeah, so you get a mobile notification if you leave something open. Here it says doors and windows, but it includes the trunk and the front, which is good. You can, of course, exclude home. Then you can set a lock confirmation sound and close the window unlock. So when you lock the door, if you have the windows open, they will close. Lights. Okay, the lights, you can set the headlights, on off. The dome lights, on off or auto. You can turn on the ambient lights. And then auto turn signal, I set an auto cancel. Basically, when you put a signal, you turn, and then you turn it back and you go straight, the signal will turn off automatically. Then you can set an auto beam, auto high beam, and headlights after exit, and steering wheel lights turn on. These two I need to test if they're good. Auto beam I didn't test it yet. I need to drive in a place where I need to use auto beam to see the high beam lights, to see if this auto beam feature works well. Okay, so I did half of it. I'll do other half, otherwise this video is too long, in another video. So hopefully it was a good explanation of all the features that you have on your display that you can set. And of course, all these features, when you set it, you can save it to your profile. So if you have different people driving the car, they can have different profiles, and you can set differently how people feels better the driving. For example, even the position of the steering wheel and the mirrors and the seats can be set and saved for each profile, and they have settings different for each person, which is good. So I'm going to leave in the description my Tesla referral. So if you use it to buy a Tesla, you get a 500 euros discount, which is good. And also you get points for redeeming on the Tesla sites, and I get them too for other products. And I noticed that there is also the autopilot points for 3 months if you have points to redeem. So please use my referral. Also, please use my other links that I put in the description for all the products that I used, I installed in my car. And please like the video, subscribe to the channel, it helps me a lot. Turn on notification and share it with other people. Thank you very much, and I'll see you on next video. Ciao Tesla people.